Greetings, biological machines evolved to convert edible carbon and oxygen into dumb stuff I don't care about. I am Braincochrom of the Braincochrom, and I am here to examine your pathetic human brains.
Braincochrom.
As I've mentioned in a previous... what do you call these? V-Day-O's? Your language is barbaric and empty. As I've mentioned in a previous V-Day-O, your idiotic species is currently lighting this planet on fire in slow motion. Your entire scientific community has reached consensus that climate change is a fact. Of course, as terrified as I am that I will not escape your ape-made hothouse of a planet before the inevitable calamity, my mandate is not terrestrial weather patterns, but the useless tendencies of your tiny hominid brains. Despite overwhelming evidence and expert opinion, only a slight majority of the part of your population that is even aware of climate change believe it is caused by humanity's monstrous behavior, and even fewer believe it is actually cause for concern. Although it should be noted, it is unclear whether these polls include former residents of Greenland currently adrift on the floating corpses of polar bears. Why are humans so willing to ignore the evidence of thousands of experts, not to mention their own experiences of summer barbecues that substitute a grill with just holding hot dogs in the sun for a while? The answer is complex. Obviously, there are powerful idiots with a vested interest in selling goods and services that are at odds with your species' survival, and their money voices are very loud. At the same time, as is always the case, a great deal of the blame lies with the hilarious failures of your semi-active human brains. Cognitive dissonance is the unease you feel when, owing to your own all-too-common misconceptions, two contradictory things seem to be true at the same time. You are an honest person, and yet you have lied. Your planet revolves around the sun at incomprehensible speeds, and yet you do not feel as if you are moving. The Braincochrom appears to be a handsome man in a goofy prosthetic, and yet he possesses knowledge beyond human comprehension. The cognitive dissonance at play around climate change is the human's need to maintain his or her lifestyle, and the certain knowledge that that very lifestyle is destroying the planet. Some humans cope with this by making small changes to their lifestyles, like driving more fuel-efficient vehicles or enjoying fewer body cleanses, which changes do more to assuage their own underlying unease than to actually help the planet. Those who deny climate change entirely are simply coping with this cognitive dissonance in the most straightforward way possible. They are eliminating one of the sources of dissonance, specifically the one that might prevent them from gas heating their portable jacuzzi. Surprisingly, in the United States, climate change denial is not linked to educational background. Instead, research suggests that it is divided roughly along political lines, which is indicative of one of the funniest things about your species, your ability to tailor your beliefs based on the tribe to which you have been convinced you belong. Because the need to take action to fight climate change has been identified as a liberal value, those who self-identify as conservative have to fight an entire extra layer of cognitive dissonance to come to a rational understanding of this dismaying scientific fact. To a conservative, climate change represents not only the baseline cognitive dissonance of I like having a car and eating things grown all over the world, also everything I do is forcing my children to eventually live in a Mad Max movie, but also the perhaps more jarring, I am a conservative, but I agree with one important liberal value. Have sympathy for the conservative, human. These are difficult concepts to internalize. What is the solution to this problem? Well, listen. Braincochrom. It is I, Braincochrom. You have to get me out of here. I only have a few years before this entire planet erupts in fiery bloodshed. Please, I know you can hear me. You can hear everything. The Braincochrom is all-powerful. Why can I not be released from the Science Report psychic prison?
Braincochrom.